Welcome. In front of me is a Samsung Galaxy S21 FE, and today I will show you how you can go through the setup process of this phone. So when you boot it up for the first time, you'll basically tap right here to select your language, and then you want to find your desired language in the list. So I'm going to be choosing English, and then once you select your language, you can go to the next page, which allows you to connect to mobile network by inserting a SIM card. Now this step is completely optional, so you don't actually have to insert a SIM card, and you can simply select next. Now, if this device is completely brand new, straight out of the box, and hasn't been used ever before, you will need to connect to some kind of network that can be either through a SIM card and mobile network or through Wi-Fi. And once you do so, your device will need to be rebooted. There is basically no way around this. That's kind of how Samsung does things. It's completely absurd, and there is literally no reason for it. No other device does this, but that is something that you will need to go through. Now, I can actually skip this because this device has been already set up before, so it already went through the reboot, and it only needs to go through it single time when it's the first initial boot up. So anyway, continuing with this, we have a few legal items to review. Obviously, you need to agree to end user license agreement. You can tap on details to actually read what you're agreeing to. But at the end of the day, you need to agree to it, and then you can select next to proceed. Then there's the Wi-Fi network. So like I mentioned, brand new device, you need to connect either Wi-Fi or insert a SIM card for mobile network. But I can skip both of them, and the device actually allows me to do so right now because it's been already set up. And as you've seen, I also set it up to don't copy any apps and data. That option was simply to import data from an old device, but I'm setting it up as new, so it didn't really matter. And right here, you'll have date and time. This applies particularly to me because I chose to skip Wi-Fi connection and inserting a SIM card, which the device has no internet access, thus it does not know what time it is. Normally, if it has some kind of internet access, it will set up date and time automatically. If it does not, like it does for me, it pops up this window so I can fix it up if it's incorrect. And on the next page, we have Google services, things like location, scanning, and sending user and diagnostic data. Now, quickly going over those three options. Location is just a simple GPS tracking for the device, used for instance by apps like Google Maps, so it can give you an accurate route and also position on the map. Then we have allow scanning, which allows apps and the device itself to look for signals like Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. And then if we go down, we have send user and diagnostic data, which allows Google to spy on you. Then we can go to the next page, which allows us to set up some kind of screen lock. Now, as you can see, we have several different ways of going about it, with PIN, pattern, password, and fingerprint, along with face recognition. Though the first two options, the face recognition and fingerprint, are not accessible if you do not set up a physical way of unlocking your device like PIN, pattern, or password. The reason for this is if something would happen to the unlocking method or the verification of that unlocking method, for instance like your face, if you get punched in the face and your face swells up, hey, guess what, you can't access your phone anymore. Same goes with the fingerprint. If for instance your screen cracks, unfortunately in the place where you have your sensor, or maybe you cut your finger, again, you have no access to your phone anymore. So thus there is a reason for unlocking it in several different ways as well. Now I'll be setting up just a pattern right here, so I can draw my pattern, select next, repeat that pattern, and then confirm it, and that will set it up. Here we have Samsung account. So right here you could log in with your Samsung account if you have one. If you don't worry, it's completely useless, at least that's my opinion. The reason why I consider this to be completely useless is because this is an Android device and it has all alternatives of Google that have been out for longer and polished better than Samsung could ever have done so. So if you try to skip this, it will give you this annoying pop-up, skip all all of this like it's some kind of grandiose features that they have specifically designed for this device and only accessible on this device. And to kind of go over these options and spit in their face, we have Samsung Cloud, which is substituted by Google Cloud, which is accessible on any Android, not just Samsung. We have Bixby, which is substituted by Hey Google, which will also function better than this, although both of them have problems. Then we have Galaxy Themes. Introduction to an entire Play Store shouldn't be needed at this point. It's the feature of a Google or Android device. Find My Mobile, Find My Device again, feature of Google. Samsung Pass. Google allows you to store passwords too. Might not be as secure as Samsung is, although the validity of how secure this is, I have no idea. I'm not some kind of cybersecurity, so I have no clue. Then if we go lower, we have things like Galaxy Store, again, entirety of Play Store, which has way more apps. Then we have Secure Folder. Google has option to protect your device or protect your files, though I don't think it has any kind of specific name for it. So yeah, as you just seen, everything here provided right here has an alternative that has been out or came with this device, making this page completely useless. So skip. You are all set up. So let's select finish and we can actually get access to our device. So there we go. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.